live now. It's a little bit not what I expected. Just a sec. Okay, that's about this. Okay, so this is the state of my collection. So in this video, I will show you all the watches that I have. I will talk a little bit by each of the watch, about each of the watch. But also, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be switching to this crappy camera because I will, from time to time, because I will be trying to explain you why do I own what I own and what are the principles that I use to build my collection. So let's go back to something much more interesting and much more visual. So you can see from this group of watches, yeah, Silent 45 GS was a mistake. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, so we see all the watches that I own, and you see that the watches that are here, they are all vintage. So I collect vintage. Actually, there are two watches that are missing from here. They are not with us. So actually, this watch is a placeholder. I'm going to talk about Hamilton Wesley in solid gold, which is missing here. And one watch that is missing from here is actually a modern watch. And I'm going to talk about that one watch too. But first, let me explain why do I collect vintage. So this is not just that I want to limit myself to vintage. It just so I put some amount of money in my watches. So like what you see here, right? This is like some amount of money, right? And yeah, more money are coming into this, right? So I can use additional money to buy something else. But the additional money, that's a pretty limited amount. You can see one of my old videos, how much I earn from this YouTube. So that's not much. So my budget is limited, and that's why I want to maximize the value. I want to maximize. Let me actually, it's going to be more interesting when you see me. I want to maximize the value per dollar for each watch that I have in my collection. And I want to maximize value per dollar, we know that maybe like 98% of all watches, I know this is bad. This is much more interesting. I'm going to go, soon I will be talking about watches one by one, but let me just stick to this principle. So if you pick like whatever random brand, right, and you take a modern watch that they are making and you take a vintage watch that they used to make, right, that vintage watch usually in 99% of cases will cost significantly lower than the modern watch. And this is like so much lower than you will have enough money to service that watch, buy all these parts. You will still save so much money comparing to buying the modern watch. And arguably, getting something like the watches over here, these are old watches and they are much more interesting than you just gonna buy like some plain vanilla modern watch that has like no character, no nothing. So when I'm actually buying vintage, I'm getting so much more value per money. That's why what you see, this is fun. I'm switching back and forth. That's why what you see here is pretty much all the vintage watches, and I don't see myself buying new watch in the future. I think because I'm this like value oriented, and we're gonna talk about extreme value here in this video. But for now, because I'm value oriented, all what you see here is vintage. And let me actually talk. Let's start with one very interesting watch because I'm a vintage collector. So this Seiko 7002. So I I come to the point when I even swim with vintage watches. So this is Seiko 7002. I actually was swimming today in the morning with this watch. It was made in 1995. It's fully serviced. I'm replacing gaskets every like 2 to 3 years. I'm pressure testing this watch. It's perfect for swimming. And me as a vintage collector, why? So I used to have actually, a Seiko SKX, which is kind of a son. This used to be a modern watch. Now it's long discontinued. But Seiko SKX is the son of Seiko 7002. And I actually made a video comparing two. So I used to swim with Seiko SKX, and after that I sold that one and I upgraded to this vintage 7002, and both watches are very similar, but there are actually multiple differences between this 7002 and Seiko SKX. And what's interesting is in every single detail how the 7002 different from SKX. The 7002 is better than SKX. This is such a cool watch. I'm a big fan. So this is my watch for swimming. Now let us go into some extreme value. So my collection actually has two themes. So let me remove this. And the first theme, if you've watched my videos, okay, so this watch is a placeholder for solid gold Hamilton Wesley. But the first theme of my collection is solid gold watches. And let me tell you something. So if you look into modern watches, right? So you pick some brand and you look whatever they are making in solid gold and like in stainless steel or like maybe platinum. The best watches that they sell today will be done in solid gold. And if there is, for example, I don't know, like steel Daytona and gold Daytona, steel Nautilus and gold Nautilus, or things like a steel reverso and solid gold reverso, right? The difference in prices in modern watches between solid gold version of the watch and stainless steel version is uncomparable. Like it's not just the value of the gold. The value of the gold in that Daytona is maybe, I don't know, like $2,000, $3,000, or in that reverso maybe it's like less, like maybe 1,500 or whatever. But they charge you so much more to buy the same watch in solid gold versus stainless steel. And every single brand makes their best watches in solid gold and platinum. But basically, solid gold, some brands, they don't consider themselves high-end, so they don't even make anything in solid gold. So in modern watches, these solid gold watches, this is crazy how expensive they are. But now if you look for the same watches in vintage market, you see a reverse picture. So if you want to buy vintage solid gold watch, you pretty much just pay a price of the melt. Like you pretty much pay nothing for the watch. Maybe you pay like slight premium, but usually in like 80% of all solid gold watches, you start with the melt price and maybe just like slightly more. So let me actually. So I'm selling. If you look at my collection, so my collection includes actually these 3 solid gold watches, and I just have this so I don't forget to talk about solid gold Hamilton Wesley, which is not with us. So I have 4 solid gold watches, and you can see that this is slightly too much, and I want to buy some new watches. It means I need to sell some old watches, so I will be selling one of them. So I actually will be selling my Hamilton Van Horn, this one. So because I'm selling this watch, I know all the numbers right now. So let me show you how crazy cheap this Van Horn is. So let's start talking about Van Horn. Okay, so this is the Hamilton Van Horn from 1950s. So in 1950s, that was pretty much the highest end watch you can get. There may be, I don't know, maybe there are 3-4 watches that were like higher end than this one, maybe. So if you're in United States and you want to buy the best, the highest luxury, the highest quality watch, I don't know, maybe if you want to do better than Van Horn, maybe it's like Ventura, Piping Rock. Hamilton was much better brand than Patek, and that's actually a Patek quality watch. Except in 50, nobody knew about Patek. Like everybody in the US wanted Hamilton was the top brand. Everybody wanted Hamilton. So this is pretty much as good as you can get, unless like three, four watches. This is like top of the top of that time. And today, if you would go to eBay and you are lucky to find Hamilton Van Horn, so you pretty much, so I have a scale. So I estimate that there is maybe like $1,000 worth of, because prices of gold slightly increased recently. So maybe there is about $1,000 worth of melt gold in this watch. And if you would just go on eBay and you would buy, you would be lucky to find Hamilton Van Horn and you would actually buy it, you pretty much would pay the same. Oh, thank you, thank you. You pretty much would pay the same, like $1,000. So like nobody cares about these like top watches. This was like crazy in 1950s. But today people will just will pay you a melt price. I don't think they would sell for more than a melt. So I will be selling my personal. So this is Van Horn from my collection. That's Van Horn. That was my most worn watch my previous year or the year before that. This is amazing watch. So I will be selling it from my collection. I will be putting a price $1,250. And why I'm selling it a little bit more, because this watch was serviced by actually the most famous and like celebrity watchmaker in these electric movements, Jared from Unwinding Time. So I paid much more. So I'm actually, I paid about $500 for the service. So I think, oh, maybe I'll get $250 for that, and $1,000. So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe I'll sell it for $1,250. I don't know. Hopefully somebody takes it for that price. Maybe nobody will even buy it for that price. Think about how crazy it is with solid gold watches. Like people are willing to just like pay melt, and so the reason is that these watches trade close to melt prices is because collectors don't want to buy them. Like sometimes collector buys them, but often just these like melters buy them, who just buy just like melt gold. What they don't care if this is a watch or this is, I don't know, a brick or whatever. They just melt it and they extract the value of gold from these objects. So I actually hope that somebody who's a collector will buy my Van Horn. But hey, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it will sell for even less. I hope it's not gonna end up in the hands of a melter. So that is my Van Horn. Let me mention, before we go to Accutrons, let me mention, okay, this is not, so I have very, very cool tank style watch called Hamilton Wesley. It's not on my YouTube channel yet, but I hope to make a review of that in the next few months, so stay tuned. It's kind of a watch between, in sizes between Cartier Tank Small and Cartier Tank Large. So it's pretty much a perfect watch in solid gold. Perfect size, everything perfect. The best American movement in that watch, but okay, since yeah, maybe I will be more interested if the watch is not here. But yeah, so let's, so Hamilton Wesley, rectangular watch in my collection, very, very cool watch, stay tuned. Actually, I'm gonna put a video over here for people who watch this in the future, so you will be able to click and see the review of my Hamilton Wesley. Okay, let's go to Accutrons. So Two more solid gold watches. These are so cool. Oh my god. So okay, so this one I made a video, one of my recent videos. So this is called Accutron Mark 2C in solid gold. So this is a true GMT watch. So this parking meter hand over here, that's actually a GMT hand. Yeah, so this anyway, there is a video about this. Go watch my video. I absolutely love this watch. This watch is so cool. I wear it a lot, and yeah, this watch rocks. Oh, by the way, this Mark 2C, I replaced the gaskets in this watch, pressure tested it, so this is pretty much my everyday watch. Go anywhere, do anything. I wear it during the rain. I wear it like whatever, like when I wash dishes. Yeah, if watches like this exist, why would you buy a stainless steel watch? I don't get it, guys. Anyway, this is my Mark 2C in solid gold, and another super cool Accutron is this Day-Date E. So it has this like super cool design with this bezel. Everybody asks me, does the bezel move? No, bezel does not move. But look how cool this looks. It almost looks like, Accutrons used to made astronauts actually watches related with NASA, and this Day-Date E has a similar kind of look like the astronaut is. Yeah, also like love this watch. This is very amazing watch, and like most like a lot of Accutrons, this one can be waterproofed. I haven't waterproofed this one yet, but I will. And actually what I need to talk, actually important part of my collection is this solid gold bone clip bracelet. So this bracelet is actually has nothing to do with Accutrons. It's absolutely incorrect for this watch. The watch is American. The bracelet is British. I actually got it from Britain. What's the coolest about bracelet is it's in solid 9-karat gold. So this bracelet was made by the original company that invented this, like BNS something, that invented these bone clip bracelets. And after that, so the bracelet's probably from like 40s or 50s. But after that, when the patent on bone clip expired, all kind of weird companies, like Gay Ferret, by the way, started making copycats of these bone clip bracelets. And Gay Ferret actually made this bone clip bracelet for Rolex. And after that, Gay Ferret was become famous. And at the end, Rolex actually ended up acquiring not this company, but actually Gay Ferret, who was just copycat of these fine folks who invented this. So first of all, this is solid gold bracelet. It looks very kind of like sportsy and not kind of in a dress. Doesn't give me this like dress look. So I'm wearing this bracelet with pretty much every watch that has 18mm lug width. And very important thing, so I'm wearing solid gold watch on solid gold bracelet, and I don't feel unsafe. Nobody from these like scary people who want to mug you, who want to steal your Rolex, would put any second look either at my solid gold watch or like this like old solid gold bracelet. Everybody thinks this is like worthless. This is some like old junk, which I love. I don't need anybody to know what it is. Okay, so now when we talked about one area of my collection which has extreme value, which is solid gold, let me move to a second area of my collection, which also has an extreme value. And you would be surprised that these watches, they are actually made with stainless steel that I hate so much. And I like to talk how much I hate stainless steel. Okay, so let's do this. Let's switch to this one. Okay, so we all heard about the beauty of the tool watches, right? How great they are, how like they fit our life, they never break, like whatever, right? Like if you take that to like the pinnacle of tool watches, is actually watches that were military issued. Let me show you military issued watches. The watches that were actually designed by Department of Defense of whatever country, and the watches that actually they it's not just like your Rolex that now it's like full luxury. People take off their Rolexes to wash hands. No, these watches were actually, they could survive anything. They could survive the war. These objects, they are actually used for the war, and they are used for things like these are used for like dropping bombs and things like that, or like for navigation. That's crazy. Like, and so so here's the thing. So we are taking the tool watches to the extreme, right? Now, it's not just, so most of military issued watches, at least watches that I collect, those are not the watches that were used in the military. I like to collect military issued watches that, first of all, were designed by Department of Defense. And the watches that you could, like, as a civilian like me, I couldn't buy these watches. I couldn't, like, no matter how much money I wanna overpay, like for my Rolex or Daytona or FP Journe, right? No, they are not for sale. Like, if you want to buy a true military issued watch, then you need to be, first of all, in the military. Second, you need to qualify. Like, you need to be in that specific profession. Like, for this one, you had to be a freaking RAF pilot. You had to be a British RAF pilot to be issued this watch. Like, you can't, like, you couldn't buy this watch. Now, for this watch, you had to be a navigator in US Air Force. Then this watch would be issued to you. And that's it. Like, you can't get them anymore. That's the only way you could get this watch. So think about how much value is in this. In this. Oh, by the way, okay, let's talk one by one. I'm gonna tell you something crazy because I checked prices. So this watch is called Hamilton Fab D. So you probably saw a lot of this design because that's a standard Department of Defense this design. All American military watches actually had this design, and all of American military watches have one flaw, is that they are small. So the biggest field watch that was issued to American military was 33 and a half millimeters. They were smaller, like A17s, that they were smaller, but the biggest was 33.5 millimeters. There was only one American military watch that was in this design, and that was larger than 33 millimeters. And that's not just larger. This watch Fab D, it's actually in perfect 36 millimeter watches. Now let's all celebrate. 36 millimeters. This is perfection. And unfortunately, this watch is super rare. So this watch is as rare. So it was issued to navigators in U.S. Air Force. This watch is so all of the known examples. So let me actually show you. So this is as rare as Milsap, probably more rare than Milsap. So all known examples of this watch. So American military watches, they have a date. They all Fab Ds known in existence have the same date, September 1970. Not just 1970, it's September 1970. Think about how few of these watches are in existence. And these are the only watches that are 36 millimeters. Everything else in this design is super small. So think about how valuable this watch should be. And I checked, I mean, it's very hard to actually find this watch for sale. But I checked that last FABD sold actually on MWR forum. So it was offered for 2750. Nobody bought it at 2750, and after that the guy lowered his price for 2,500. And FABD, and for 2,500 somebody picked it up. So the FABD was sold on a forum just for 2,500. How can it be? Like 2,500, that's like a price of the freaking Rolex. And no, not Rolex. No, not Rolex. That's like the price of the freaking like Oris or something like that. You can't even get a Grand Seiko for 2,500. And the legendary watch like this, Hamilton FABD, that you had to be a freaking navigator in the US Air Force, that you could never ever buy yourself, it goes for just like 2,500. How is this possible? Anyway, so I love this watch, serviced, pressure tested, all new gaskets. I will never sell it. That is amazing. And another military watch, Seiko RAF Gen 1. These were issued to RAF pilots. I have it on actually the strap that these were issued on. Such a cool watch. Oh my god, such a cool watch. Let me show you something cool. So I started the chronograph, right? So so now my chronograph is running. So you would think, why there are 4 buttons, right? So usually a chronograph has 3 buttons. So I started my chronograph, and instead of pressing this button, let me press this button. Okay, so what happened is a lap. So this is a lap time. So I recorded my lap, okay, and after that I'm gonna restart it, and it will go. So the chronograph is actually running right now. It just showed you a lap time, and after that I'm gonna press that button again, and it jumped to the current time, and it's chronograph working again. This is so cool. So this used to be. So this is the world's first quartz chronograph. It has amazing movement, 15 joules. Movement is all made of steel. There is no plastic parts. You should watch Spencer Klein's videos about this watch. About actually how he services these movements. These movements are so cool. Yeah, okay. So let me reset. Look how it resets. How nicely it resets. So cool. Okay, so two main focuses of my collection is solid gold and military. So that's kind of what my theme is, and that's what I will be buying in the future. And now let me show you two more. Okay, so we talked about Hamilton Wesley, which is not with us. So I just made a video about this Seiko Lordmatic. So this Seiko Lordmatic was a gift. So this is a watch that I would never buy myself. This kind of like not what I collect, but I'm very thankful for this gift, because unfortunately, so I said that I'm gonna talk about why I sold my 45GS. Yeah, so my 45GS was still, like maybe I okay, hold on, let me mention my 45GS. So I see myself maybe in the future I will own solid gold Grand Seiko. Why not? Hey, this works with my theme. But for now, I sold my 45GS, amazing watch. And I received this gift, and now this Lordmatic gives me my Grand Seiko fix, because yes, I do miss my Grand Seiko, and yes, this Lordmatic is the style is not like my 45GS was, but yeah, that's your Japanese Grand Seiko style, and it gives me like everything what my Grand Seiko was giving me. Again, like just watch my video. I'm talking a lot about this Lordmatic, and while this Lordmatic is such a puzzle, should people be buying Lordmatics? Should they not? Yes, this is pretty much your Grand Seiko. It's like almost your Grand Seiko, but should you actually spend $200 and buy? They go for about $200. Should you actually spend $200 and buy Lordmatic? I don't know. You can watch my video. Okay. So this is this gift. Now there is another watch which is missing from here. And if you watch my videos, you probably know that this is a Black Bay 36. That's a modern watch. I have a lot of emotional attachment to that watch, so that's going to be my only modern watch that will stay with me forever. What Tudor actually did already, so they did a lot of changes to Black Bay 36. They actually did so many changes to Black Bay 36. So and old, I'm actually comparing old and new. Yeah, you can click over here. You can see this comparison, and they pretty much made an instant classic from my BB36, which is actually a modern watch, but now it's an instant classic because everything what they changed is small, but it's bad. So my previous BB36 is just like, oh my god, I'm looking at it. Okay, I can't look at it because it's not with us. I'm looking at it and it's like, man, such a cool watch, such a cool watch. Yeah, okay, but yeah, watch that video, and I want to end on this watch. So again, so if you want to see the value of vintage, just click over here and see my full. You don't need to buy this watch. Don't buy this watch from me. But click over here and see how much value you are getting. How cool, how amazing this watch is. And now I told you about the prices for how much they are selling. This is like absolutely crazy. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Now I will be figuring out how to